Learning to program computers or coding is becoming an essential skill and one that children are being taught right across our primary schools.
Yes, it presents particular challenges for visually impaired children, but there is help on hand in the form of a new teaching aid, as our technology correspondent Rory Cellan-Jones reports.
I think we need 6 for the first part.
Okay.
Theo, who's blind, and his sighted friend Ollie have a common passion: computer programming or coding. And now there's a way they can do it together.
Yes, but then
A
you
system
loop
where
it,
they
so
join
that
up these
otherwise it won't
pods
work.
to build a program.
Okay, and then we need to loop all of that.
At the moment, many children start learning coding with a simple visual program called Scratch. But that doesn't really work if you're visually impaired.
Well, sadly I wasn't able to do any coding before this came along because what was happening was the class were doing Scratch and I wasn't able to join in.
How interested are you in computer coding generally?
Very interested. On a scale of 1 to 10, it's definitely 10.
This physical computer coding language will now be available to schools around the world. It's taken 4 years to develop, and the Microsoft researcher in charge of the project had a very personal reason for getting involved. Cecily Morrison's son, Ronan, was born blind, and that got her thinking about how visually impaired children could be included in coding lessons.
So we need one play statement and we put it in a loop. Can you put
Working
it
with her Microsoft colleagues, she decided that what was needed was something that combined music with a physical coding language.
Each of these is a single line of code. It's one statement in your program. And children connect these pods together to create multiple lines of code in their programs, and then they can run their code and to understand how their code is working.
Dozens of children have been testing what's now called Code Jumper.
I hope to be a person who's making sort of products such as the iPhone or Windows computers more accessible and developing apps for them or programs so blind people can get the most out of them.
I think it's an excellent invention. It really helps visually impaired people to code.
And it helps the two of you kind of cement your friendship.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's start with the loop.
Okay, so...
Now Code Jumper is coming out of testing and into the real world. The hope is that it will make learning to code easier and more fun for everyone. Rory Cellan-Jones, BBC News, Cambridge.
What a wonderful
Isn't it?